Ross Lilly going to be able to make it around the outside of the corner. He's not how leads into turn 1, followed by Lilly, followed by Schutz, Enzabella, Whitlock, Stillwell and Hassel.
Yeah, Schutz and Enzabella had a pretty even start. If anything, Enzabella was slightly ahead, but then that Sim car started pulling away with its big 7-litre engine. And so Schutz remains in 3rd place with Enzabella in 4th place, but Ryan Howe led every lap of today's action, and Ross Lilly has got really no answer for him so far, but we do know that he's running the Bridgestone tyres.
Michelin.
The Michelin's big fun. They warm up a lot quicker than the Pirellis that are on Ryan Howe's car. Ryan takes a few laps to ease into it. Boy, when he does ease into it, he goes pretty fast.
He did say earlier, when we spoke to him earlier, that if he had one more lap, he could have got into the 1 minute 30s, and he has one more lap this race because this is a 9-lap race, it's an 8-lap race, so we'll see if he goes for it.
It's perfectly set up, but look at the Sim car here on the back of Ross Lilly coming down into MG, right on the back of him, so Ben Schutz is starting to get a little bit of confidence in that car. And it's almost like Ryan's holding them up on his tyres that are a little bit cold on this early lap, and this is all allowing them to close up, so Enzabella's pretty close behind him. Look at him, Ben Schutz, he doesn't know which way to go. We're going to see a proper comparison now between the Sim car and the R8 when they go down the straight. Almost 4 wide as they go down here. And Enzabella's going to get up into 2nd place. What's happening with Ryan Howe? He's going down to 4th place. Something's wrong. I don't know what's going on. But Ben Schutz leads the race. They go into turn 1 and Ben Schutz leads. Enzabella in 2nd. Ross Lilly back to 3rd. And Ryan Howe's going slow. What's going on?
That's very slow for Ryan Howe. I have no idea what's going on there, but that Sim car absolutely shot past them. It was like they attached a warp drive to it and off it went. So as they come out of Southern Loop, it still shoots. And Enzabella's got past Lilly here as well.
Ryan Howe has not seen it from Southern Loop. We can't see what's happened to Ryan Howe. So Ross Lilly's there he is. We can see Ryan Howe, but he's going slowly. So I don't know what's going on with Ryan Howe. Ben Schutz leads into Honda hairpin, and in 2nd place is Joe Enzabella, running in 2nd, which would be a year best for him if he can finish there, but he's got Ross Lilly all over the back of him. Conrad Whitlock now with Michael Stillwell behind him. They're starting to close in on Ryan Howe, but he's got a problem in that Audi R8.
Yeah, that's terrible for Ryan Howe, because we said at the start that if he DNFs and Ben Schutz wins the race, then that is Ben Schutz winning the championship. And he really just has to try and keep circulating that car to maintain his championship lead. If he does that, I believe that's all he needs to do.
I think, yeah, even 2nd, 3rd or 4th or 5th would probably be enough for Ben Schutz. Such is the way that the points standings works. Ryan Howe has got Con Whitlock on the back of him now, so there's a train of 3 cars coming in through MG, there's a train of 3 cars coming out of the final corner, and the Sim car, what a change of fortunes for Ben Schutz. He's been basically treating this week as a test run or something like that, as Ross Lilly goes past Joseph Enzabella to take 2nd place away from Joe. This race has just gone alive. We thought this thing was all wrapped up.
Well, Ryan Howe comes out of the final corner. He's got the fellow Audi of Whitlock behind him, and still is like that. Let's have a listen as it goes past. It's hard to tell from that. We do have some quite good headphones on here, so we can't exactly hear how they sound, but it was sort of drowned out by the other two with the Mustang right there as well. But the fact that the Mustang is keeping up with Ryan Howe just shows that in position there. Howe had a 158 that lap. I mean, he was getting close to the 130s in the previous 2 races.
Right, 36.7 for Ben Schutz, which is the fastest lap of the race. That's not faster than he was doing in race 2 earlier today. It's the same sort of pace. It's just that Audis are so much slower than they were earlier. So Ross Lilly will see whether he can start to catch up to that Sim car, having got past Enzabella. So Ryan Howe doing a 158 the last time around. That is so much slower than the sort of pace that we've been seeing from him. We were thinking about 130s.
Yeah, we were, and I'm sure he was thinking about 130s as well, but now he's just thinking about making this car last until the end of the race. Ben Schutz is still out in front, but right now he's doing a slower lap pace than Hassel in the Toyota 86, and I'm sure everyone here knows the difference between Toyota 86 and an Audi R8, and they are meant to be faster, but in this case they are not. As Schutz comes across the line, he's ahead by just 2.3 seconds. There's now 2.4 seconds. He's gained 1/10 of a second on Ross Lilly, and he has more importantly 1:35.3 weekend.
And Isabella said 43.2, so that was a lot slower than the leading two. Ben said to me, if he could get down into the 35s by the end of the weekend, they'd be pretty happy with that. Well, I reckon he's got an enormous grin on his face right now, and notwithstanding any issues with the reliability, he's in place to use these today.
Can't really hear anything wrong with Ryan Howe's car as he's gone past, but the Mustang of Stillwell is right there, so it's hard to tell what's going on there, what sort of issue he's had, if they maybe just under-fueled and he's having to fuel save, or what's going on, but we'll have to find out potentially after. It's very interesting. It's certainly made blowing this wide open a lot more than we thought it was going to be.
Well, you get 40 points for a win in this longer race to end the weekend, and currently Ryan Howe sitting in 5th place would pick up 26 points for 5th place, which as far as I'm aware, that would be enough to seal it for him. So I think he's just thinking about trying to finish the race. But I don't know what's wrong with that RDR8, it's ailing.
It really is. It looks like the gap between Schmidt and Lilly is closed. We'll see what it is as they come across the line. It's 2.4, it's now 1.8. Oh, that was a 134.8 from Lilly there. So he's getting those tyres up to temperature and going now. But Isabella in a very lonely 3rd year. I would be very happy with another podium. He hasn't been on the podium this whole series, and to have 2 in this weekend, he'll be very pleased if he manages that.
So Michael Stillwell's on the back of Ryan Howe now. That's a group of 3 cars just coming through the penultimate corner as we speak. Con Whitlock has got ahead of Ryan Howe. Con Whitlock doing 47s and Ryan Howe doing 48s, but we're not sure exactly why. It's a mystery to us in the commentary box, but the question is, will Mustang be able to catch up to the RDR8? Certainly not something we were expecting to say when we woke up this morning, Josh.
No, definitely not. But it seems like Howe might be starting to gain a little bit of pace back, because he's right on the back of Whitlock. He actually gained on Whitlock that straight, so it'll be interesting to see. His last lap was a 1:46, so it was 1.2 seconds faster than Whitlock. Sorry. So that'll be. It seems like he's found the pace of whatever gremlins may have been hassling him have been potentially resolved.
We haven't really made too much mention of David Hassel. He's doing some pretty consistent lap times. His best time was at 55.52, 55.53 the last time around. So getting a lot of good experience. As we see Ross Lilly's now really closing in on the back of that Sim car driven by Ben Schutz. Going down the straight, he won't get him by turn 1, but that RDR8's carrying a lot more sport speed than the Sim car. They really haven't had too much of an opportunity to set up for handling. It's sort of just been a battle of getting it to work again, and by Jove, is it working at the moment?
Yeah, certainly a journey into the unknown for them, and now that Lilly's coming in, he's going to get his first real wheel-to-wheel action as they come through Stone Corner down into Honda. Lilly is the closest he's been all race so far. Is he going to make a dive up the inside? I think he's a bit too far back at the moment. Yes, he is. He actually went for the outside. Shoots very defensive. Is Lilly going to be able to get the cutback? No. Shoots parts it on the apex nicely as they come into Siberia. They've got the 86 of Hassel ahead, so they are going to catch up to him either through Hayshed or up towards Lukey Heights. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that regard, because traffic is often a predecessor to getting past.
Finish as it was right now, Ryan Howe would still take the championship, because he'd be on 420 points and Ben Schutz would be on 382, and that's assuming he holds on to that lead as they come over the top down into MG. And you're right, they're going to catch him probably around about the final corner, or maybe just before it. It's an awkward spot, but Ross Lilly is all over the back of Ben Schutz right now. They're going to come up to the final corner. They're going to, this is going to be a really bad time to catch the lapped car.
I think the lapped car, Hassel's going to go to the inside of the track, really outside, so it's well done from Hassel there. Schutz firing down the straight with Lilly hot and shoot. Lilly going to be able to go into the first corner. It just seems like that Sim car on the long straights just has a little bit more legs. We see flames out the exhaust there. Go into the first corner.
Fantastic sight that, and that Sim car, fantastic to see it running in a hanger. He's slower Ben Schutz than Ross Lilly, but we know from previous experience that he can get the win in the slower car. We've seen it at Winton, we've seen it at Sandown, and I'm going to see it at Phillip Island. Coming down into Honda right now, the yellow headlights ablaze. Going down around the outside. Oh, he's off. No, he's not. He's back on the track. He had to go. I wonder if he just ran out of room, got a wheel on the grass maybe. But that has given a huge amount of breathing space to Ben Schutz. We've got, at the end of this lap, there'll be 2 laps to go, so Ben Schutz will be thankful for a little bit of respite from Ross Lilly. Oh, this is coming down to the wire.
Yeah, that was a very vicious move there from Lilly. He's well around the outside, but maybe just a bit of lock-up. Howard has gotten past Whitlock here, so that is that was an interesting sound.
It certainly was. So up into 4th, that means that he'll pick up another 3 points on what I said before, which would make his championship total 423 points, which would still be enough to become the state champion. God, this really is the sort of nerves that we didn't need. Well, I needed. I certainly am enjoying it, but I'm pretty sure Ryan Howe is just hoping his Audi makes it to the line. Now here, let's look at the gap as they come across the line. Ben Schutz to Ross Lilly. It's 9/10 of a second.
It's half a second. Schutz gained that lap, the 1:36.91 to 1:37.46. So we've got 2 laps to go at this point. This is the penultimate lap, and they're not quite going to lap Howe and Whitlock, but geez, they're going to get quite close. And that's not what Howe would have been thinking at the start of this race, starting on the But as it stands, Howe is going to take out the championship here. Well, no, that's Lilly having a look at Schutz again. He's caught right up to the back of him very quickly through Southern Loop.
So you get to see the advantage. He lost out by Siberia this time last lap. There was about 2 seconds separating, and we closed that down to 1 second in the course of the next lap, and then by the time they got around to Honda again, he closed it basically up to 0. So we've got about 1.5 laps remaining. They come through the hay shed, and that Sim car, he'd be a bit nervous, I reckon, going through the hay shed. He went off there yesterday during the qualifying session, had to start from the back of the grid. He's fought his way up to this fantastic position. Ben Schutz, always a fighter.
Oh, he's so defensive into MG there. He's allowed Lilly to get very close. Lilly tried to switch back underneath him, but that's not going to happen in the next corner. He's a left-hander. He continues around. It's really Schutz. He's going to have an excellent slipstream going down the straight here. As they come out the final corner, Lilly is as close as he's been all race. The one lap to go board is being shown, and is it going to be now hold off for 1 lap? Lilly is right behind him. Is he going to go to the outside? Schutz is very defensive, so he's going to compromise his line through turn 1. Lilly will get a slightly better line. Is he going to be able to do something into Southern Loop? We cannot see Southern Loop, so we will not be able to tell you until they come out.
As they disappeared, Ben Schutz was just pulling away a little bit on the way down to Southern Loop, so I fully expect him to see emerge in front, and indeed he does. But down into Honda, there's absolutely no way Ross Lilly isn't going to go for it if he gets half a chance. Simcar's just a little bit further ahead. Look how much that Audi closes up under brakes, but he's not actually as close as he was last time around. 0.2 of a second was the gap as they came past our commentary box window last time out. Around the inside line is cut off by Schutz. He's defending. He knows that he's just got half a lap to go to take the win. Ryan Howard's still going along, so he will claim the state championship if he can keep that Audi going. But Ben Schutz, if they can get a win in this car, it will be a tremendous victory for the Bulgarian supercar that basically had its first run here on Wednesday.
The Mustang there of Stillwell to lap him, so that's basically ruined Lilly's chance of a move into MG. So it looks like Ben Schutz is going to win this race from Lilly, barring anything calamitous in the final corner. How is going to come across? He's just going to not be lapped this race, so I'm going to turn of fortunes there. So he's still got to make around 1 more lap to be able to be the state champion. But as they come through the line, Lilly is very close. Is the slipstream going to be enough? That Simcar, I think, has the legs to come across the line for a win.
Ben Schutz wins by a quarter of a second from Ross Lilly. What a fantastic race. We didn't really expect after Friday night that the Ben Schutz Simcar would get a victory, but here they are standing atop the podium with Ross Lilly in second place. Unbelievable run. So Ross Lilly, ever the bridesmaid this week, gave it everything And Ben Schutz really had to fight for that win as Joe Encebella comes out of the final corner to claim his second podium of the weekend and to wrap up third place in the state championship for him.
Excellent driving for Encebella all weekend. He's done quite a good job. And interestingly enough, with the positions ending as they are, means that for this round, Ross Lilly is actually going to be the round winner. He's going to get more points than Ryan Howard, 92 to 89. So, change of fortunes there for Lilly. Excellent job. He's just come home second every single time.
And we've seen David Hassel just cross the line. Now, Ryan Howard still has to finish this lap, Josh, because Ben has won the race. And if Ryan doesn't finish, I believe the points would go in favour of Ben Schutz, but Ryan doesn't look like there's anything too badly wrong with it, apart from the fact that it doesn't seem to have any pace. But he is going to finish this race setting 1:48, which is a thick end of about 18 seconds slower than he was doing earlier this morning when he won in that race. But he's going to come across the line in 4th place, and that'll be enough to wrap up the state championship for Ryan Howe. He's done a fantastic job this year, and watch out for Ryan Howe in the future, ladies and gentlemen. He's a star, and there's Conrad Whitlock finishing in 5th place to round out the sports cars.
Well, what a race. I did not expect it to be that exciting when we started, but we've been treated to an excellent finale there for the state series for sports cars.
Now, just looking at the just got a glimpse at the timing screens there. It had Ben Schutz in 5th, so I'm not sure what's going on there, whether there's some discrepancy or anything.
I believe that was the points for the weekend, potentially.
Points for the weekend, I beg your pardon. So, up to 5th place with that good result after not finishing yesterday and finishing 3rd this morning, 1st in the afternoon. That's a tremendous change of fortunes.
Yeah, he's done well. He's done very well. So 2nd place in the championship for Schutz and Encebella taking out 3rd position. But Ryan Howe is your sports cars Victorian state champion. Alistair and I will be back soon for historic touring cars. So we'll be back in a moment after we've caught our break.